All right, so we are looking at an update here of my experience with Spruance Leader. It it's awesome. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm doing it wrong. I've gotten a lot of things wrong, a lot of rules. So I've been watching my videos. I finished up my carrier campaign, and that's going to drop after this video because I'm still uploading it because the files are bigger than this one. And so you're going to see the rest of that carrier, and it's going to be a lot of mistakes. The biggest mistake is experience. I thought after every encounter you get experience, and you don't. You get it after the mission. And so I think Dean's going to put out a clarification about that because when I read the rules, it's pretty clear the other way. So let me bring it up here. Uh, Task force engagement 37. So let's go all the way up to 37. Let's see. Nope, that's too big. There we go. So let's go to 37, where they talk about the end of the engagement. And it gives the impression in the main rule booklet here. Let's see. Evaluate encounter. Let's see. So in the evaluate encounter here, so after the encounter, it says add stress, record experience, and then group promotions. And so I interpret that after every encounter, you give them stress, which apparently you're supposed to do, but you're not supposed to give them experience um, unless they were, let's say, they get ship critical start ship on there. Um, Dean has said that no, you don't get experience for this. You only get it for the stars. But the way that's written makes very little sense because you have commander if the flagship is in screening ship, flagship's in main force. So that I'm guessing that would be on the actual mission finale if that's the case. So if you're in the mission finale, you put the commander in the screening ship. This also gets even more complicated when you get to the carrier because the commander is in the flagship on the carrier, which is going to be in the protected zone. So will he get any experience at all? Does he get stress? Does he lose stress? It's there's some things in there that I have not yet seen, and it's left for interpretation. And my interpretation right now, when it's showing this, the encounter, you complete the encounter, draw an event card, evaluate the encounter. Did you destroy what you're supposed to destroy? And then you get the reward for finishing it. Target is keyword, target improvement, penalty destroyed. If target is land target isn't destroyed. It can be attacked again in future mission. Record how many hits were applied to the target and attack. Repair attempts, so you can try to repair your ships. Add stress each based on its position. The ship was, okay, so flagship, add 2 stress to the commander if the flagship is a screening ship, add 1 stress to the flagship and main force. So if you're a carrier, you're in the protected, but you're really involved in the battle. Are you supposed to stay in the protected? Can you only launch ships if you are not in the protected? So I'm going to take a look at, and then the experience here somehow gets lost along with the group promotions. Does this not go with the encounter? And so that's what was really confusing me about the rules, because it really should be over here in the mission debriefing that you put the experience in this area here once you're done with the mission. So let's take a look at the carrier. And so, it's got all the things about it, and I'm not sure where I would find the rules. So purchase ordnance. So that's before the encounter. Carrier tactical encounter. When executing tactical encounter with the carrier, carrier can launch squadrons during the encounter to detect and attack ships. Um, so I don't see anything. Carrier mission setup. So that's for the whole mission. Mission execution phase, set up carrier. Yeah, this is all before you even move. And this also confused me. The carrier cap. Does that last the entire mission? Including all the encounters that you'll have in between. What if you need to pull the cap to go on a mission? Um, Definitely need clarification there because right now this goes into the cap. They can't be used for missions unless you pull them, and then they're not ready until for a whole turn, for an encounter, and then they can be used. I'm very confused about that, so that really needs to be cleared up. And then over here, determine carrier squadron actions. Do you have to declare, like for anti-submarine, you declare in this phase here, let's see, determine carrier can perform actions against enemy ships, including this step identifies perform. If the carrier is performing a mission turn, place 3. Okay, so you throw that in. Carrier can only for ASU detection and ASW to place the ASU counter next to the sub you want to attempt to detect or act. So, but when, okay, so that would be determine carrier action. So yeah, so you have to declare who you're going after first, but then everybody gets to go, and then the planes get to do their thing. They perform their carrier actions, and then you remove the task force chits unless you are doing another mission next turn. Okay, so I get that. That's good. But then we're looking for experience, resolve. Let's see, it's all the mechanics of how they get used, but then what happens after the mission or encounter is over? How in the main rule booklet, I'm assuming they're leaning on their main rule booklet here, and I don't see anything about being protected. And in the Spruance here, let's see, do they have anything about where the carriers go? Do they have to go in the main force then? Maybe that's something maybe they have to go in the main force. Because I put them in the protected, and yeah, so maybe they go in the main force, and that's what I'm missing there. I just assumed they went into protected. Um, let's see, carrier actions. I don't see anything about where to put the carrier. Yeah, so I'm just a little confused about that. I guess maybe I have to put them in the main for them, main or screening. I don't know why you put them in screening. But I was putting them in the protected, and maybe that's why I was able to keep my stress down and still participate. So I definitely need a clarification on that. I thought I saw somewhere that it automatically goes into the protected, but that, yeah, I'll have to take a look at his old videos to see that. Anyway, it was still a lot of fun, and once I iron out those things, I think it's going to be my favorite, because when you are looking at the three main ways of playing, you've got the base game, you've got the carrier, and you got the sub, which I'm about to do. I'm going to do the sub expansion next. My impression is that if you want a fast-paced game, you play the carriers. If you want a slower, more deliberate paced game, you go after the submarines. And if you want something in between, then the base game is how you want to go. So those are my impressions and my concerns. I need clarifications on things. Maybe it's been shown. There's so many clarifications and rule explanations flying around on the Board Game Geek and YouTube. It's very hard to keep up. It's a game. It's a hobby. It's not my job. So life interferes quite a bit, and then things get um, jostled and confused. So I'm trying. I'm trying to get all the rules right, and so if you see one of my videos where I make a mistake, just go ahead and point it out, please. I'm asking everybody to help me figure out these rules, so I'm playing it right. Um, Disadvantage of these solo games, you don't have another player there challenging the rules, and you're trying to get it right, and you have different interpretations, and you try to figure it out together. Solo, you got to figure it out yourself, but at least there's nobody challenging you. It's the same thing where if you have a solo game, you don't like a rule, then change it. Just fix it the way that you like it. But I'm a purist. I really want to play it the way it was intended. It's just my personality, and that's the way I want to play it. So I plan on doing a video about all the different ships and what I like about them. Um, and now I'm gonna have to pay more attention to that because I was promoting my guys so fast because I misinterpreted the experience rules that I had certain favorite ships because they would get to warrior, and that's what I would want them to be, and that's what I'd be looking at. Now I got to pay more attention to who's in that average skilled range that I need. Um, and so I'm gonna look at the cards more closely and and do a video on that for the next time. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.